Back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the intermission. I know I did. And now this next performer is a long anticipated performance. Barely needs any introduction, but she's been touring on and off for years, has gone into periods of deep contemplation sabbaticals and periods of more public touring. So we're happy for her to be out with her new show again. Give it up, everyone, for Lisa Kirschbaum.
Right. Well, my first tour was called Rushing to Yoga, and my second tour was called Insulting Compliments. This one doesn't have a title yet, but it seems to be called Comedy so far. So anyway, most of you know me here. I used to be a stay-at-home mom, but now I just stay at home. And it's not politically correct to call me lazy. Just call me action impaired. And even though I'm a homemaker, sometimes I don't quite care for it. So, but one thing I actually do that I enjoy is, that annual triathlon. And so this year I had to use an app to record the race because it was virtual. And so the one I used was called Map My Run. But being technology impaired, it was a bit of a stretch. So Richard Beale, tried to really talk me into doing Garmin. And so that was because then I could post my workouts, and then he could ping me, and people could attaboy me. So I thought it over, and I thought, no, I don't really need that. But what I could use is an app for encouragement about housework. And, map my broom. Or even lazier, map my Roomba. Show how fast I can load the dishwasher. But, I don't even really need that because I give myself kudos a lot for that. Like the other night, I was walking through the laundry room and I noticed a load was done in the washer, and I'd say out loud, "Good job." And it was an extra special load. It was, for a long time I've meant to wash the collars and leashes because they really stink all the time, and all you have to do is wash them in the washing machine, and their coats. So I did that, and so it was a good job. But still, is it that big a deal? Do I need an app for that? Well, I know Jeremy needs a Fitbit for driving. Measures his RPM. Keep it low, man. And even though I like being a stay-at-home mom, I am so glad to be on vacation from the pets. I mean, I can easily caretake them all day and all night. And it's crazy, like give them food, and of course now the dogs get homemade broth, and each day a third feeding. Now Browse doesn't get broth yet, but soon I'm sure. And since the dogs are walked twice a day, now that doesn't seem fair for Browse. So now I play with her with a toy twice a day. And quality toy time. And then there's the cleaning, the grooming, the appointments. Anyway, have they ever said thank you? No. Never. So ungrateful. So how about an app for that? Pet care app. There probably is one. Well, I looked. There's PitPat. It's like a Fitbit for your pet. There's Whistle, a GPS device. And there's Doggy Dates for doggy playmates. Wow. What a world. This is kind of off the subject, but did you know I have someone named after me? Of course you know about my great grandniece Isla. I-S-L-A. From L-I-S-A. So she's named after me. But it's a secret, so Paula doesn't feel bad, so don't tell her. That's why they changed the spelling. So a few weeks ago, Eli reminded me of a time when he came home and said, he was pretty young, and he said, Mom, I got a part in the Christmas play. And I said, that's wonderful, Eli. What role are you playing? And he said, Mom, I'm Santa Claus. And I said, that's wonderful, Eli, but do you think maybe you don't have to be Santa every year? Because, you know, I have something to tell you, we're Jewish. And that was really weird because like a week later, this woman, Laura Pat, comes up to me in the gym and tells me a joke, and it says, little Jacob comes home from school and tells his Mom, I got a part in the Christmas play. I got a part in the school play. And she said, oh, that's so wonderful, Jacob. What part did you get? And she said, a Jewish father. And I said, and then the mom says in her joke, well, you go right back to school and get a speaking part. Now, I didn't actually know that was a Jewish stereotype, but I thought it was just our family. Yeah, so, and here's like some, I'll just proceed. Why did I stop going to the gym? It was not working out. When I stayed up all night, it dawned on me. When I was confused about cloning, I thought, that makes two of us. When I dropped the laundry basket, I watched it all unfold. Those stairs, always up to something. If it's cold in here, stand in the corner. They're always 90 degrees. I would have gone to the library, but it was booked. Yeah, it's a little something to get your blood pumping. So I've been, I don't know, not in a funk, but like I don't listen to a lot of music or watch a lot of shows, and but you know, I had this big Christmas show coming up, so I went on Netflix and I tried to find the stand-up comedy, and honestly it took me a really long time. But finally I found the stand-up comedy shows, and there's 3,689. And so I picked one, and I'd already seen it. It was Tig Notaro, Happy to Be Here. But it was really good. And she spends about a half hour talking about how she meowed to her cat. And no wonder I like it. So, you know, there's been this thing happening out in the world. pandemic worldwide. And, well, let's lighten up, you know? Let's call it a pandemic. A little smaller. And, you know, I kind of like decided to make it a little bit like spa time. Like I put my mask on and it's warm and moist and I just use it to relax. And, you know, it's just wonderful. And then sometimes I go to the professional testing sites and I let them swab. But once in a while I do an at-home test. You know, me time. Well, other things about me is, as you know, I'm a bit of a shopaholic. Never one to turn down a shopportunity. Well, this is a little odd, but Dad and I had always thought that maybe we'd be cremated. We'd like to be cremated when we die. Well, I don't know about like to, but that's kind of the plan, you know what I mean. But there's these plots available at the Sweet Cemetery at the bottom of Red Dog. And my friend bought two for her and her husband named Steve. And she said they weren't even that expensive. And I think right now not that many people know about it. So they're available. And you know, sometimes real estate is a good investment. It just sounds like a fun shopping experience. So we'd have to live with this decision for all eternity. And not live with, but you know. Well, that's almost the conclusion of our Christmas show for me. Just one more thought. If you got your booster shot today, you're gonna produce Santa bodies.
Wow, that was really funny, Mom. I like the